Alright guys, thank you for joining us for part 2 of our How to Build an AR Upper Receiver video series. Today we're going to be installing our dust cover. Now for this installation you're going to need 4 parts. You're going to need your dust cover, also called an ejection port cover. You're going to need the ejection port cover rod, and the small C-clip that comes with that. And then you're going to need your ejection port cover spring. Now for this, the tools couldn't be any simpler on this. All you're going to need is a pair of needle nose pliers, and that's for installing the C-clamp or C-spring onto your ejection port rod. So that's the first step we're going to do here. Now on this, these little C-clips can be very easy to lose, so it's a good idea to have a spare on hand or to work in a very well lit area that contrasts with the color on the C-clips so you can find those if they do go flying. But basically you're going to grab the C-clip on the side opposite of the opening on the C-clip. And we're going to grip it firmly and then install it right on the little notch that you see in the end of your ejection port cover rod. Now with that clip firmly in place in the notch that's in the rod, we're ready to move on to the next step. Now basically the way that your dust cover works is this rod is going to go straight through, and that C-clip stops it on this end. And what holds that in this direction is going to be your hand guard over here. And when fully installed, your dust cover is going to be in this position with your spring like so. Now, the way that this works is it's going to be under spring tension. The long arm on your spring is going to be over on the right side in this indentation in your dust cover. The short leg of the spring over here is going to be under spring tension, and what we're going to do is when we put it into place, we're going to take this spring and wrap it under 180 degrees so that there's spring tension pushing the door open. So you're going to slide your rod into place until it just is outside of the opening in your dust cover here. And then to get your spring started, we're going to line it up so that the long leg is on this recess in your dust cover. Now we're going to spin this around. Now it can be handy to use those needle nose pliers to help you keep the spring in place. And we're just going to push that through until it captures. And then finish pushing our rod into place. Now we have our spring in, and you can tell that you've got this correctly installed when your long leg is down in that recess and the short leg is shown right here just above your dust cover. Now to test installation, we're going to go ahead and close it and then just use our finger to push it open. And it should spring out into position here. And then we know this is a working dust cover.